to do while you are studying for your adjuster's license. So, to paint the background, you found out about adjusting, you decided you're going to be an independent adjuster, and you are studying to pass a state exam. For any particular state that obviously requires licensing. Maybe you live in a state that doesn't require licensing and you're getting that license anyway, which you should absolutely do. Having that license, depending on what state that you're in, will open up the door for you to be able to travel to other states and do claims adjusting work. So it's good to have a license to a state with wide reciprocity. So, what to do while studying for your adjuster's license? I'll tell you what the wrong move is. The wrong move is to do nothing other than study for your adjuster's license. Um, After you get done with your adjuster's exam, hopefully by that point you feel like you've passed it if you didn't already know, and you enter a waiting period before you actually get the license itself. And depending on what state you're getting this in, that could take some time. But again, the worst thing that you can possibly do is wait and do nothing. Another one of the worst things that you can do is do nothing else while you are studying for that adjuster's exam. Here's why. Thinking realistically, I know, just like you probably know also, that you are not going to spend every waking minute of the day studying for that exam. You're going to get burned out. Let's be honest. It is very difficult being able to pass that exam if you are going to be, if you're going to have if there's going to be a camera on you. Certain states don't require you to be monitored. Some will just certify that you have somebody else in the room at the time and they said that you didn't cheat. Some states require you to go into a facility and have a camera on you so they know you're not going to cheat. So they know that you know all this stuff. You just memorized it all. And if you've heard me talk about this before, then you would know that 90% of that stuff that you're going to learn, if you're going to be like me, if you're going to do property claims, or you're just going to really focus on one line of insurance, 90% or 95% of that exam is going to be completely irrelevant once you enter the industry. Now, nevertheless, we know, I know you're not going to spend every single minute doing that. And I don't think that you should spend every waking minute focused on this exam. You honestly shouldn't. You should take breaks. Now, what you do with that break is completely up to you. Now, what you should not do during that break, when you're removing yourself from the study material, is to do something that's not going to progress your career as an independent insurance adjuster. You can begin doing things right now. You can begin to take, extracurricular courses. If you're going to be a property adjuster like myself, and you're not a pro when it comes to home repair, start educating yourself now on what it takes to rebuild a house. Start familiarizing yourself with the building materials and repair practices. If you know that one thing that you're going to struggle on is understanding policy, find courses to take where it's going to be easier. And this is all stuff that you're going to be able to put on your resume anyway. Find things that you're going to be able to add to your resume while you're working on that adjuster's license. You don't have to wait. Waiting to get your actual adjuster's license to start padding your resume and getting extra credentials to put on that resume is kind of like applying for an LLC because you want to start a burger joint, but you're not going to get working on the menu until after you get the LLC in the mail. It's going to come. You're going to get the LLC information in the mail. You're going to get your EIN number in the mail. You're going to get the insurance information in due time. But that does not stop you from doing your due diligence, from researching, from learning the different ways to make a patty or whatever you want to do. Keep moving forward. Keep researching, keep learning, keep educating yourself, because every bit of education that you put yourself through, everything you learn is an investment into yourself. Continue to invest in yourself. This licensing process, if you're a new person and you're just getting licensed, this is going to take time. I mean, I can't remember what the turnaround time is for the state of Texas if you're getting the popular Texas adjuster's license, but I think that may take, depending on how fast of a learn, it might take you a month to just learn the material, to really learn the material so that you can take a test without peaking. Okay, so you got a month right there. Then the actual process to get that license back might take another month. I mean, you still got to get fingerprinted. You got to go through background checks. There's a lot of hoops you got to jump through. That could take you a month. And if you've got a full-time job, it could take you more than a month. Break that time up. Break that time up with getting additional credentials that you can put on your resume so that by the time you get that adjuster's license, by the time you got your number and everything that you need, you also have a couple other things to back yourself up with too. So now you're putting your resume together, which realistically you could have been putting together the entire time. You could have been putting that together from the very get-go, but now you put your resume together. You already got a couple extra credentials to put on there, and now you're looking even better. Another thing is too, you really don't have to wait until you get your license to put yourself in front of the companies that you're going to be approaching later. If you're in the state of Texas, for instance, now, if you're in the state of Texas, you're going to need a Texas adjuster's license to just handle claims, most of them, unless a company's bringing you on for in a different sort of capacity. You're going to need that license in order to legally handle a claim. So you'll be marketing yourself primarily to companies that need you to have an adjuster's license in order for you to work with them. But that does not mean that you should wait until you get that license to market yourself to them. You may send your information to them. You may send them an email. You may give them a call, and they may come back to you and say, "Hey, listen, but you're in Texas. We require a Texas license if you're going to handle claims in Texas. So we can't do anything with you with all this information." You say, "That's fine, but you have that now. Once I have the license, I'm going to send that to you now, but we're already establishing this relationship between each other. You're already on the phone with me. We're already exchanging correspondence. You're already starting to get familiar with who I am, and I'm in this like game for the long haul because you're going to continue to see my name popping up, popping up. So who cares if it's popping up a little bit early?" That's the marketing side of it. You need to be able to dominate the marketing side of this business in order for you to be successful. And that is the biggest thing that most people sleep on. Most new adjusters sleep on. They come in with that employee sort of mentality that all they need to do is just send out a couple emails with their resume on there and people are going to be lining up for them. It's just not the case. Market yourself, market yourself, market yourself. Even if you don't have anything for sale, just continue to market because eventually you will have something for sale and you're going to be knocking on their door again. And at least at this point, they're going to be anticipating you. So that is the best move you can make.